Support is easily the most impactful role in the game. However, at the same time, it is also the most difficult and stressful roles to play as well. The first thing you need to know when playing this role is that it is support and not healer. Yes, your primary job is to heal, but that's not really what wins you games. Most of the time, what wins you games is the utility and opportunities that you provide to your team as a support. What you need to always remember is that this role breathes value. If you're not doing anything to help your team in any way, you're basically just throwing. However, it is very easy to gain value as most of the supports have a very high survivability, which makes it very hard to punish their mistakes. This other opportunity that I described earlier is the ability to do high levels of damage with still having that high survivability that you have as a support. Being able to do damage whilst being able to get away with some of the most devious shit imaginable is insane. An example is you can be balls deep in the enemy backline as Fury, but then when you need to, just TP out. This begs the question of when should you be doing damage or healing? The answer to this is based off of your own personal judgment and the character yourself are playing. A very good indicator is the critical UI, as it shows you when your teammates are low and need healing, but at the same time, you don't need to waste a lot of resources to make sure they're at full health. They only need enough health to survive the team fight, and then afterwards you can heal them to full. Then that also moves into the stressful part of playing the role as well. You need to make sure you are making sure your team doesn't die, you are using your cooldowns and abilities to their full potential, and you are also doing sufficient damage, all while you are trying to survive on top of that, as you are likely getting targeted because you are playing support. In terms of each character's individual strengths, you could split them into two categories. Characters that do high amounts of healing, and then characters that do high amounts of damage. These characters that do high amounts of healing either do passive healing without actually needing to try and heal, or their kit is focused around primarily healing them. An example of this is Lifeweaver. Then for the high damage heroes, they also can do a lot of healing as well. It's just that they're more beneficial doing that high damage than healing. Something I mentioned earlier is that supports have a high self-sustain. This is so that if they do get dived or caught with their pants down, they can survive. The reason for this is because dying as a support is arguably the most detrimental elimination for your team behind the tank. If one of your supports dies first, not only does this put more pressure on the other support to only heal instead of do damage as well, because your team is so low from being down that one support, but it also inclines the enemy team to focus down that remaining support so that there is no healing being distributed by the supports. So it is very important that you value your life more than trying to save another DPS's life, for example. Another thing to note for my DPS and tank players is that every single support requires a line of sight to actually heal. So if you're so deep in the enemy backline that there is walls and buildings in the way, no matter how hard a support tries, they're not going to be able to heal you. Just keep it in mind when you're crying for heals and you're saying that it's a support diff when they can't see you at all. I hope you all enjoyed this video. We're very close to hitting 500 subscribers. So if you did enjoy this video, consider subscribing. It is free and it does help out the channel more than you could imagine. Leave a like or dislike. Either way, it helps the channel. Hope you all enjoyed. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care until then. Goodbye.